you are looking at a $220 headlight restoration bill for something that costs $3 to fix in your driveway. A brand new headlight assembly runs anywhere from $200 to over $1,000, depending on the car. Then, a professional restoration service at most shops runs $50 to $100 a pair, and the retail restoration kits on the shelf at the auto parts store, $12 to $25 for the exact same 3 ingredients you already own. Here's the number that should actually bother you. According to AAA's own laboratory testing, a headlight lens that's clouded over is putting out just 22% of the light a new one does. That's not a cosmetic issue. That's an 80% cut to your visibility every single night you drive. So here's the promise. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to take those hazy, yellowed lenses back to near showroom clarity using something that's already sitting in your bathroom cabinet. Total cost, about $3. Total time, 15 minutes. For decades, the auto industry has trained you to think of a foggy headlight as a part failure. Something you replace, not something you clean. Think about how headlight problems get marketed to you. And it's never framed as your plastic has a surface coating that degraded. It's framed as your headlight is dying. One of those sounds like a $5 fix. The other sounds like a $200 part. That's not chemistry. That's marketing. And here's what's actually happening, and it has nothing to do with your headlight dying. Modern headlight lenses aren't glass. They're polycarbonate plastic with a clear, factory-sprayed UV coating on top. That coating is a sacrificial layer, and its entire job is to absorb ultraviolet radiation so the plastic underneath doesn't have to. Over 3 to 5 years of sun exposure, that thin coating breaks down, oxidizes, and turns into a yellow, hazy film sitting on top of otherwise clear plastic. Your headlight isn't broken, it's wearing a layer of sunburned plastic dust, and removing a thin surface layer of oxidized material isn't rocket science. It's basic abrasion. It requires 2 things: a mild abrasive to physically lift that damaged layer off, and a mechanism to buff it smooth again. That's it. That's the entire problem the $200 replacement industry is solving for you. Here's what you actually need, and there's a good chance it's already in your house. Ingredient 1. Plain, non-gel, non-whitening toothpaste. Any basic white paste toothpaste, the kind that costs about $200 to $4 at Walmart, Target, or your local pharmacy. Then, you're not looking for a specific brand, you're looking for a specific ingredient list. Here's why it works. Standard paste toothpaste contains hydrated silica or calcium carbonate, fine mineral particles engineers use specifically because they're abrasive enough to polish enamel without gouging it. On your headlight, those same microscopic particles act as an ultra-fine polishing compound, mechanically lifting the degraded, oxidized layer off the plastic surface. Gel toothpaste skips this almost entirely because gels are formulated with far fewer solid particles, which is why you want the paste, not the gel. Ingredient 2, painter's tape. About $4 to $6 a roll at Home Depot or Amazon. This protects the painted body panels around the headlight from any accidental abrasion. Non-negotiable step, 30 seconds of your time. Ingredient 3, microfiber cloth and water. You likely already own these. The cloth carries the abrasive across the surface with even controlled pressure, the same physical principle a jeweler uses to polish a lens. Total cash outlay if you're buying everything from scratch, under $10. Then, if you already have toothpaste and a cloth in the house, you're looking at the cost of a roll of tape. Physix doesn't negotiate. A fine abrasive removes a thin damaged layer, whether a $200 kit does it, or a $3 tube of toothpaste does it. Fills in. The mineral particle doesn't know the difference. It only knows friction. Step 1. Wash the headlight thoroughly with soap and water and dry it completely. You're removing loose dirt and road grime so you're not grinding sand into the plastic. Then step 2, apply painter's tape around the edge of the headlight housing, tight against the trim. This is the step most people skip, and it's the one that saves your paint job. Step 3, squeeze a dime-sized amount of toothpaste directly onto the lens. Step 4, and this is the insider rule almost everyone gets wrong, use small overlapping circular motions with light, even pressure. Not hard scrubbing, you are polishing, not sanding. Rushing this step with heavy pressure is exactly how people create fine circular scratches that scatter light at night instead of fixing the problem. Work in sections, about 30 seconds per section, for roughly 5 to 8 minutes total per headlight. Step 5. Wipe away the toothpaste residue with a damp microfiber cloth, then dry and inspect under direct light. Here's the honest timeline. This is not a one-and-done miracle in the way some viral videos claim. The clarity improvement you see when you wipe off the paste is real and immediate. That's the surface haze physically gone. But without a protective layer on top, bare plastic is now exposed directly to UV rays again. For a lasting result, follow up with a coat of UV protectant car wax or a dedicated UV sealant, both under $10, to slow the oxidation clock back down. Skip that step and expect the haze to gradually creep back over 1 to 3 months, especially with heavy sun exposure. So, immediate visual results, yes. Permanent without any follow-up, no. Honesty matters more to me than views, the question I know you're asking. Then, will rubbing toothpaste on my headlight scratch or damage it? Used correctly, light pressure, paste not whitening gel, circular motion, no. The abrasive particles in standard toothpaste are engineered to be gentle enough for tooth enamel, which is actually harder than polycarbonate plastic. That's exactly why it polishes rather than gouges. Compare that to what actually causes damage. Dry wiping a dirty headlight with a rough cloth, which grinds embedded grit into the surface, or using an aggressive whitening toothpaste loaded with larger abrasive particles meant for stain removal, not polishing. Ironically, some heavy commercial restoration kits use a power sander on the first pass, literally stripping the coating with rougher grit than what's in your toothpaste tube. Your gentler method isn't cutting a corner. It's closer to how professional polishing compounds are designed to work in the first place. Fine abrasive, light pressure, controlled passes. For the numbers, AAA's Automotive Engineering Division tested headlights on an accredited industry lab and found that restoration recovers a significant share of lost light output, and separately found that deteriorated headlights on low beam were putting out only 22% of the light of a new unit, according to their December 2018 published research. That's not a marketing claim, that's an independent lab test, and it's why this 15-minute fix is a genuine safety upgrade, not just a cosmetic one. Let's put the numbers side by side one more time. A new headlight assembly, up to $1,000, a professional restoration service, $50 to $100, a retail restoration kit, $12 to $25, your toothpaste method, about $3 using something already in your house. Then, a $3 tube of toothpaste that restores your visibility for the cost of a fast food value meal isn't a business model. It's a business ending. If this saved you money, hit the like and subscribe button. Genuinely helps other people who are overpaying for this exact fix find this video. Next time, I'm breaking down another materials science trick the cleaning industry doesn't want you doing yourself. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.